everyone, and welcome to another rapid review from Dragonstorm Games. I'm Libby, aka The Ringer, and today I'm going to be looking at one of the classics, Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride was designed by Alan R. Moon and released by Days of Wonder in 2004 with quite a boom, garnering several awards that year, including a Spiel des Jahres and a Meeple's Choice Award, and it currently ranks at number 78 on BoardGameGeek.com. It plays 2 to 5 players and takes about 45 minutes to an hour to play. Now this was literally the very first European board game I ever played. Before that I thought board gaming equated to 5 hours of Monopoly torture with cousins at holiday gatherings. Once I was introduced to Ticket to Ride, the board game floodgates opened and I became a bona fide board game geek. So if you have a friend that you're interested in bringing over to the dice side, this is a great gateway game. It's simple enough to learn and has enough lightweight strategy to hook beginners without making their heads spin. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's in the box.
What's in the box?
First off, I'd like to compliment the insert, because it's always awesome when a game has a good box insert. Once we've pulled all our goodies out, we see we have a large US board, 5 different colored wooden player markers with 48 plastic trains to match each. You're only going to need to play with 45 of the trains per player, but Days of Wonder was nice enough to throw in 3 extra of each color in case you lose any. Then we have mini colored train cards and mini destination cards. Now in other versions and expansions, the cards are normal playing card size, which is fine, but I think there's something super cute about the original minis. Plus, they fit well in child hands. Anyway, everything is high quality, and this particular set you're looking at has gotten its fair share of heavy gameplay over the past 5 years.
Roll them dice.
At the start of the game, each player is dealt 4 random train cards and 3 destination cards, at least 2 of which they must keep. What players will be doing during the course of the game is collecting and then turning in the correct colored train cards to lay their trains on the tracks they need to complete the destinations they draw. On a player's turn, they can only perform one of 3 possible actions. Draw 2 train cards, 1 if you choose a wild, lay 1 track of trains, or draw 3 destination cards, keeping at least 1. The simplicity of this turn sequence makes the game easy to teach and keeps things moving fast during gameplay. The goal of the game, much like all the others, is to have the most victory points at game's end. You gain victory points by laying trains and by completing destinations, but be careful not to take too many destinations, as any incomplete destinations count as negative points against you at game's end. The final round of the game is triggered when a player is down to 2 or less trains left in their available queue. There is also a 10-point longest train bonus for the player with the longest continuous train. Because of this, when I play, I always try to pick and complete destinations that I can hit in one long line, hopefully with 1 or 2 coast-to-coast destinations included since they score the most points. And I usually fare pretty well with that strategy.
So much judgy.
I list Ticket to Ride amongst my favorite games for a couple of reasons. There's some nostalgia behind the fact that this was the very first board game I played as an adult, and if I hadn't ever been exposed to it, I probably wouldn't be sitting here doing reviews for a board gaming website. Its simplicity has a wider appeal than some of the heavier strategy games, making it a great gateway game to introduce newbies to the gaming table. I also like the simplicity of the turn sequence, which in essence boils down to draw cards or lay trains. This keeps analysis paralysis to a minimum and also avoids the teaching and playing process of a multifaceted 5-action turn sequence that can bog other designer games down. Don't get me wrong, I've since graduated up to heavier strategy games like Puerto Rico and Race for the Galaxy, but I can't say that I would have understood or enjoyed those games if I were coming from a place of zero gaming experience. For the experienced gamer, Ticket to Ride offers a bunch of expansions that add maps and other game mechanics and bonuses that add variety and complexity to the game for those of you that have already mastered the base set. In conclusion, I recommend this game for all gaming shelves because of its simplicity and versatility. So that concludes another rapid review from Dragonstorm Games. Remember to check us out online at dragonstormgames.com and follow us on Facebook and YouTube, where we'll keep you up to date on all the board gaming news we can find. So until you see me again, I'm Libby from Dragonstorm Games, where you never have to game alone. And I became a Once the designer board game floodgates opened,
I
gotta read. It's easy to learn. Everyone thinks they can do it with one go, and
Trust
you just can't.
I know.
Woo! Okay, this was the very first board game I played it as
That was great.
I just gotta get through the words.
Mm-hmm.
Until you see me again, I've been Libby.
Are you sure?